The COVID-19 pandemic that hit the world by storm in 2019 has not only changed the way we live and relate within society, it has also caused us to rethink about home and alternative sources of income and the importance of clean water. This year, the Cooperatives Fraternity around the world has dedicated the International Cooperatives Day to showcase how they are meeting the COVID-19 pandemic crisis with solidarity and resilience, offering communities a people-centered and environmentally just recovery. With support from We Effect, Uganda Housing Cooperative Union, Shelter and Settlements Alternatives, and Mukono Multipurpose Youth Organization are partners supporting communities to organize housing cooperatives and deal with issues affecting them within their communities. Mukono Multipurpose Youth Organization initiative was to make sure that communities in the area can rebuild better together around access to safe water, since one of the necessities to manage COVID-19 is access to clean and safe water.
As Mumio, we are looking at restoration of water sources. This is an activity which we have been doing for some time. In this, we construct water sources and sometimes rehabilitate, and also doing the cleaning around the water source, especially the channels, which the drainage of water sources. We also, because we want to improve water catchment area, we even try to restore it by planting trees around the water sources. So if it had not been this COVID, we would have done it with the community, plant trees, restore water sources, cleaning the channels, planting trees around the water sources, and also other activities of the community, how they can manage their water sources.
Uganda Housing Cooperative Union, on the other hand, was to ensure that housing cooperatives practically rebuild better together and success stories have been registered.
The COVID-19 pandemic not only affected the health and well-being of society, it also greatly affected the livelihoods and sources of income. The concept of a home was brought to the forefront when people were asked to stay at home and self-isolate to manage its spread. During the first lockdown in Uganda last year, housing cooperative members participated in food distribution and provided much-needed support to gender-based violence victims through their gender focal persons in each housing cooperative. The Housing Cooperative Union also trained members in practical construction skills and in production of liquid soap. The skills enabled members that had lost their jobs to diversify into other sources of income and get enough money to feed their homes. As we celebrate the International Day of Cooperatives this year, we recognize the importance of working together to build strong and resilient communities.
Shelter and Settlements Alternatives have supported groups to form housing cooperatives through active partnerships, supporting relevant policy advocacy initiatives to develop, recommend, and strengthen cooperative-related policies like the Housing Policy of 2016, which promotes housing cooperatives, the new Cooperative Act 2020, and other relevant frameworks.
One of the initiatives that we have adopted so that we can see adequate housing in Uganda is the housing cooperative model. Through this, we have been able to demonstrate affordable and decent housing with Kwefako Housing Cooperative, which is a group of ladies who were living in Kisenyi, an informal settlement in Kampala, but now they're living in Bujuko Wakiso in decent, affordable, and accessible houses. In addition to this, we continue to influence government policies, programs, and practices. For instance, we were part of the development of the National Housing Policy of 2016, and recently we've been able to influence the Cooperative Act of 2020. All these initiatives are looking at making possible inroads for housing cooperatives to be able to achieve their dreams.
We Effect, a partner organization working with Ugandan partners in the area of sustainable rural development, adequate housing, women's rights, gender equality, and entrepreneurship for the youth, has supported the establishment of housing cooperatives to provide low-income earners with decent homes.
A home is a place as a paradise, and a paradise is a place where you have all the amenities around you for comfort. So when we say a decent living, this is really what it means to have a house where you stay and you can be able to comfortably live. So, and this comes well with the current situation where we are in, where we are restricted to move, to travel, and we have to stay in our homes. So members, I appeal to the general public to take the housing cooperative as an approach, whether you are rural-based or you are peri-urban, to be able to bring resources together as members, like-minded. You select yourselves according to how you know each other, and then go through the guidance of the cooperative officer, the respective sub-counties, and the government. The Ministry of Cooperatives is also there, through also Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. We work closely together to be able to deal with the issues that are around this housing.
The cooperatives fraternity around the world pledges to support the housing cooperative movement in Uganda to ensure that the positive impact that these efforts bring out over time impact lives.
I call upon all stakeholders to join together in the initiative to be able to promote housing cooperatives in Uganda. The housing cooperatives will be able to rebuild better together and to make sure that sustainable housing and living conditions are available and achievable in real time.
Uganda Housing Cooperative Union and its partners wishes you all Happy International Day of Cooperatives.